Said to Sister Faustina, the gaze from this image is like my gaze from the cross. I read somewhere that the most connecting thing between people is eye contact. Probably you have this experience, you are talking to someone and this person is either on the sky or on the earth. You know, it's hard to talk when we see someone is avoiding, like eye contact. There is something. Why? Jesus said the gaze from this image. And it's not easy. It's not easy to come because these eyes are very clear, very clear. He's looking at my eyes, at yours. In Poland we say the eyes are the mirrors of our soul. The soul is reflected in our eyes. Jesus wants to be with me in a very intimate relationship, in friendship. He knows me. And I would like to suggest you, because this is something what I practice and I find it very helpful in my prayer life, to have the image of, can be of merciful Jesus or doesn't have the image of Jesus, but like a good copy, not disaster. The image when you can see clearly his face and give yourself time with Jesus. You and Jesus. That's it. Not 30 seconds, not even 5 minutes. Give yourself like 15 minutes, at least. And look at him. You don't have to speak. He knows everything. Just you and Jesus. Jesus and you. You will see what will happen. He speaks. He truly speaks. Like my experience is, I don't think I'm, don't think, oh, sisters, they have nothing to do, so they pray. This is like a regular idea of religious life. And yeah. So when we are praying, you will see, you have to experience this, but Jesus will definitely will give you answers. And sometimes, I experienced that it was completely opposite way than I was heading. Like presenting him certain things, or the way even where I was in my heart at that time. And what he was giving me, like his reply, like his ideas. It doesn't have to be always. Just, Jesus, this is your time, I have this time for you. If you would like to say something, say. If not, I will be back, anyhow. Like be faithful. Tell him that you love him, not only like this. Also the feet of Jesus. Jesus is walking on this image. His feet are not motionless. He's fighting for me. He's walking toward me. He's not waiting for the time or when people come to him, because sometimes they may never come to him. He's looking for me. And 2 rays. Now a good joke. I think it's a good joke, because some people say that these 2 rays, this is the Polish flag. So now Polish flag is white and red. However, I like this explanation, but it's not true. So these 2 rays, of course, it's blood and water flowing from Jesus' heart after it was hurt by a lance. Blood and water. Blood stands for sacrament of Eucharist, giving us new life. water which purifies our souls, sacrament of baptism and penance. And also other sacraments. Jesus said, happy is the soul who lives in the shadow of these rays. What does it mean? Happy is the soul which draws life directly from Jesus, from the sacraments. Directly from Jesus. To confirm it, Sister Faustina described in her diary such a situation. Jesus said to her, "Daughter, when you go to confession to this fountain of my mercy, the blood and water which came forth from my heart always flows down upon your soul and ennobles it. Every time you go to confession, immerse yourself entirely in my mercy, with great trust, so that I may pour the bounty of my grace upon your soul. When you approach the confessional, know this, that I myself am waiting there for you. I am only hidden by the priest, but I myself act in your soul. Here the misery of the soul meets the God of mercy. Tell souls that from this fount of mercy, souls draw graces solely with the vessel of trust. If their trust is great, there is no limit to my generosity. My daughter, just as you prepare in my presence," this is Jesus saying this on another place, "just as you prepare in my presence, so also you make your confession before me. The persons of the priest is for me only a screen. Never analyze what sort of a priest it is that I am making use of. Open your soul in confession as you would to me, and I will fill it with my light." Jesus, who is working, acting in every sacrament. So in every sacrament we draw graces directly from him. So that's why Jesus is saying, happy is the soul which lives in the shadow of these rays. I said that Jesus teaches us through Sister Faustina how we can venerate his mercy. So one thing, the foundation, is attitude of trust in God and attitude of mercy toward our neighbors. Sister Faustina was practicing this attitude of being merciful to others in her life. It wasn't easy either. She wrote a beautiful prayer, "Help me, O Lord, that my eyes may be merciful, so I could see only good in others. Help me, O Lord, that my ears may be merciful, always ready to listen to others. That my hands may be merciful, that my feet, my tongue, my heart may be merciful." I'm learning how to be good from Jesus. Mercy is something more than $1 for the poor. It's much more. We said to be merciful means also to be compassionate, to suffer with, compassion, to suffer with, to allow others to hurt me with their sufferings, to enter their sufferings. Mercy cares. When we hear something like, it's obvious. When we say, when we love someone, we care for this person. Mercy cares. Very often we can hear, "I don't care." Or even better, "I am okay, you are okay." Doesn't matter if this person is on the straight way to hell. That's his business. No, I can't imagine Jesus saying something like this. Your business, take care. No. He took my sufferings on him, on the cross. So this is mercy. Mercy means to participate in his mercy. What does it mean? You know, sometimes I'm praying, Jesus, help me to understand your mercy, but not here. Here, you know, like 20 pages. And what? Help me to comprehend your mercy with my heart. Transform my heart in your mercy. Jesus, may your mercy pass through my heart to others. You know, we don't know how, we are not born being merciful, definitely not. We are very egoistic from our nature. So that's why we need to, but you know, when someone asks me, sister, what's the best way to experience God's mercy? Not only to read 20 books. Books are important. But here is the one who is mercy. So, the shortest way, I would say, is to acknowledge my sin. I'm not saying our sin, the sin of others, you know, what they should change in their lives. No. I have to acknowledge where I am right now, naked truth, naked, without because. Because my husband, because my neighbor, if I had different community, probably I would be ready for canonization right now. But unfortunately, I have such a community I have right now. And I'm not ready. So, to acknowledge where I am, the naked truth, not because, you know, my mother-in-law, my grandmother, you know, the communism in Poland. No. Truth about myself, and then come with this truth to him. To see myself in his eyes. To meet him as I am. You know, not like a Pharisee. You know, when they thought they are perfect. They don't need God because God needs them. You know, to stand in front to meet him as I am, to experience that I am totally accepted by him, totally, with everything. Of course, Jesus doesn't accept my sin, but he knows I'm not able to handle it, to get rid of it, to liberate myself without him, to open myself. And when I experience I am accepted, he wants to heal me, he's always ready and always welcomes me, then it's, I would say, kind of natural. We stop judging, we are able, somehow we become able to accept other person with his, her weaknesses, sins, addictions, because we know we are the same. I would say this is the shortest way. Jesus, this is how Sister Faustina was praying. You love these people through me. I'm not able to love. You, Jesus, may your mercy pass through my heart to others. Help me, Lord. Simple, you know, childlike trust. And one more thing I want to mention. Now we are during the Lenten season. And right after, a week after Easter, first Sunday after Easter, we will celebrate Divine Mercy Sunday. This is the day of amnesty for all the sinners. What does it mean? Great day during the year, only one day during the year. Jesus was speaking and told Sister Faustina that was his requirement, his request and requirement, to be such a feast in the church, celebrated. He said, first Sunday after Easter, I want that the first Sunday after Easter be the feast of my mercy. Jesus said to Faustina how to celebrate this, how to prepare for it. He gave unimaginable promises. So, Jesus said that whoever, a soul that will go to confession and will receive Holy Communion on this day, first Sunday after Easter, will receive complete forgiveness of sins and punishment. Complete forgiveness. Soul who will receive Holy Communion on Divine Mercy Sunday. Of course, after good confession, honest confession, will obtain. So we can compare this grace to one of the graces we received during the baptism, like complete forgiveness. It's much more what we receive during confession when we receive absolution. Complete forgiveness of sins and punishment. Jesus wants us to prepare to this feast by 9-day novena, starting on Good Friday and consisting of the recitation of the Chaplet of Divine Mercy. We start on Good Friday, we finish it on Saturday before Divine Mercy Sunday. Jesus said, through this novena, I will give all the possible graces to the soul, all the possible graces. And Divine Mercy Sunday, this special grace, Jesus also gave us a reason why he wanted this feast to be established. He said, souls are perishing in spite of my bitter passion. I am giving them the last hope of salvation, that is, feast of mercy. Let no soul fear to come to me, even though its sins be as a scarlet. This is Divine Mercy Sunday. Also, there are other forms like the Hour of Mercy, 3 o'clock, when we venerate Jesus' Passion. And it's very simple form how we can venerate God's mercy. Wherever we are, Jesus wants us to unite ourselves with him and to pray for his mercy for sinners. He said, at this hour I will refuse nothing to a soul that makes a request of me in virtue of my passion. 3 o'clock, very simple. We don't have to be in church. Wherever we are, we see 3 o'clock p.m. We can unite ourselves, even for, a few seconds, with Jesus' abandonment on the cross. Another prayer is the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, which you, for sure, I'm positive that you know this prayer, and not only you know that you also experience its power. This is the prayer which Jesus dictated to Saint Faustina. Why so powerful? Because we are using the strongest argument to be heard by God the Father. We are offering to God the body and blood, soul and divinity of his dearly beloved Son, Jesus Christ, in atonement for our sins. So that's why this prayer is so powerful. Prayer dictated to Saint Faustina by Jesus. I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, I think now we can take a few moments to, for questions and answers.
Sister, we'll take your questions, but if you could wait for the microphone, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
So if you would raise your hand, anyone who has questions. Sister, could you share about the relic that you brought with us?
The relic here?
Yes.
The relic of Saint Faustina. Yeah, you know what the relics are, right? Do you? Yeah, so I think after our meeting there will be opportunity to venerate Sister Faustina's relic. While you are thinking of questions, unless you don't have, it's a good sign. Everything was perfectly clear. I would like to share with you just a few sentences about the power of, how Jesus is working through Sister Faustina. This is a piece of her bones, small piece. So she's present here, physically. Once I went on mission, just as we came to your parish, to South Africa, and we were asked to go to a hospital because there was a 13-year-old boy who was like in coma, unconscious. And he had already 2 surgeries, and they were preparing him for the 3rd one. He was hit by a ball, while playing. He went to drink something, he took off his helmet, and a ball, I forgot the name of the game they played. Excuse me? No, not baseball. There was like a ball, like this, probably. But anyhow, he was hit, the ball hit him, and there was a liquid gathering in his brain. Even 2 surgeries didn't help. So he was unconscious. We gathered at his bed, and he held his hand like this, on his stomach. So we had the relic of Saint Faustina with us, like a very small reliquary. And we started praying the chaplet, and I put this relic to his hand. I think it was the 3rd decade of the chaplet. He did like this. Took the relic and touched his head with the relic. We had no contact with him, nothing, He was in the intensive care unit, right? I see. So we finished the chaplet and we left. We went to another town, and after 2 days we came back, or 3 days, and the man who was with us in the hospital said, "Sisters, this boy was healed. No more surgeries needed." Like the liquid disappeared. So I strongly believe that Jesus is using still, as during her life, now the same way, is using Sister Faustina, his apostle, of divine mercy, who intercedes for us. So take this opportunity to come here. I can take the relic, and then if you would like to venerate, you are most welcome to come forward to the altar. Do we have questions?
By the way, I know sisters brought as many materials as they could, the videos, the books, but it sure looks like they will all disappear tonight, so be forewarned.
Okay. Everything, yeah? Do we have?
Hi, Sister. Good evening. I've read the book of the diary of Sister Faustina, and I have a question on she was suffering. Was the Lord testing her patience? Because she suffered a lot. Is it part of the test that He's?
I would say this is the part of our way. Because, okay, if you come tomorrow, I will speak about it.
Okay, I will be here. Thank you.
No, it's not the end.
Okay.
But Sister Faustina wrote in her diary, I'm not sure if I'm able to quote it, but words like this: if the angels would be able to envy us certain things, there would be 2 things: Holy Communion and suffering.
Yeah.
So Jesus allows us, You know, our suffering, we suffer anyhow. But there are two ways. We can reject it or we can accept it and unite it with Jesus. So Sister Faustina was, through the suffering she encountered, totally united with Jesus, and she offered them for sinners. You know, so she participated in Jesus' work of salvation. You know, she was united with him and accepted it for sinners. She said, sinners took away everything from me.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, so now, Deacon Andrew, could I take the relic and stand here in front of the altar? Okay, I will be here and also will be available if you would like to talk to us. Thank you. We will be in front of the church.
If you'd like to join us outside, we will have lemonade, water, cookies. Come socialize. Thank you.